The House will come to order. Today, Representative Martinez will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mr. Schiebel, please call the roll.
Representatives Amabile. Rep. Amabile.
Excused.
Armagost. Representative Armagost.
Excused.
Bacon. Rep. Bacon.
Excused.
Byrd.
Oh, my goodness.
Representative Byrd.
Excused.
Bockenfeld.
Still with us.
Basenecker.
Here.
Bottoms. Bradfield. Bradley's excused. Representative Brown. Catlin. Clifford. Doherty. DeGraff. Degree Kennedy. Speaker Pro Tem Degree Kennedy.
Excused.
Duran. English. Epps. Representative Epps.
Excused.
Evans. Frizzell. Froelich. Garcia.
I'm here.
Hamrick. Hartsook. Hernandez. Rep. Hernandez.
Excused.
Harrod. Representative Harrod.
Excused.
Holtorf.
Here.
Judah. Joseph. Kipp. Representative Kipp.
Excused.
Leader. Lindsay. Representative Lindsay.
Excused.
Linstead. Unbelievable. Rep. Linstead.
Excused.
Luck.
Here.
Lukens. Lynch. Mabry. Marshall. Martinez. Marvin. Morrow.
Here.
McCormick. McLaughlin. Rep. McLaughlin. McLaughlin's excused. Ortiz. Parenti. Puglisi. Ricks. Rutinel. Sirota. Snyder. Soper. Story. Did she say here? Rep. Story. No. All right, Story's excused. Taggart. Titone. Valdez A. Velasco. Vigil. Weinberg. Weissman. Wilford. Wilson. Winter. Woodrow. Young. And Madam Speaker.
With 55 present, 10 excused, we do have a quorum. Representative Lukens.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move that the Journal of Friday, March 15th, 2024 be approved as corrected by the Chief Clerk.
Members, you've heard the motion that the journal be approved as corrected by the Chief Clerk. All those in favor say aye. All those opposed, no. The ayes have it. The motion is adopted. Members, we will stand in a brief recess. The House will come back to order. Thank you, members. I'll invite you to take your seats. We do have business. Madam Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move to proceed out of order for consideration of resolutions.
Seeing no objection, we will proceed out of order for consideration of resolutions. Mr. Shebel, please read the title to House Joint Resolution 1020.
House Joint Resolution 1020 by Representatives Velasco and Hernandez, also Senator Hawkins Lewis, concerning the recognition of Latino and Latina Advocacy Day.
Representative Velasco.
Thank you so much, Madam Speaker. I move House Joint Resolution 1020 and ask that it be read at length.
Mr. Shebel, please read our resolution.
Whereas Latino and Latina Advocacy Day celebrates 18 years of mobilizing Latinas and Latinos from across Colorado, a legacy that has helped amplify Latina and Latino voices to address the structural inequities that have historically affected their communities. And whereas Latinas and Latinos are among the most impacted people when assessing the negative outcomes of inequitable healthcare, housing, and economic policy. And whereas Latinas and Latinos represent more than 24% of Colorado's population, some legislative districts have even greater percentages of Latina and Latino voters and constituents. Therefore, events like Latino and Latina Advocacy Day are essential to improve parity of representation in the statewide legislative body. And whereas the average age of Latinas and Latinos in the state is 12 years old, and the fastest growing population of K-12 students in the state is Latinas and Latinos, who already make up a majority of students in urban and rural school districts across the state. And whereas Latinas and Latinos are a critical part of the state's economy, Latina and Latino workers are the backbone of the Colorado tourism industry and the construction industry. They also work in agriculture and are small business owners, teachers, child and elder care providers, first responders, healthcare workers, advocates, legislators, and innovators. And whereas Latinas and Latinos already constitute the largest non-white demographic group in 2024, to foster future Latino and Latina political leadership, we must create the infrastructure for the Latino and Latina community to access statewide policy today. And whereas since 2007, more than 5,000 Latinas and Latinos have participated in Latino and Latina Advocacy Day's 3-day program. And whereas involving Latinas and Latinos in the policymaking process ensures that the voices and lived experiences of all Coloradans are respected and honored. And whereas community efforts like Latina and Latino Advocacy Day help create better policies that impact the daily lives of all people in our state. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the House of Representatives of the 74th General Assembly of the State of Colorado, the Senate concurring herein, that we, the members of the Colorado General Assembly, recognize the achievements of Latinas and Latinos and honor their contributions to Colorado's long history of political engagement and role in the policymaking process. That we pay tribute to past and current Latino and Latina Advocacy Day participants who have traveled to the Colorado State Capitol from across Colorado to ensure representation and the just treatment of Latino and Latina communities in Colorado. And that we devote ourselves to creating a Colorado that will one day work for all through parity of representation in this statewide legislative body.
Representative Velasco.
Thank you so much, Madam Speaker. And I'm going to be speaking in Spanish for half of my time. Quiero darle las bienvenidas a todas las personas que están aquí, que vienen desde muy lejos, desde las montañas, desde Greeley, desde todas las esquinas de nuestro estado. Y quiero que ustedes sepan que son bienvenidos. Esta es su casa. Estamos aquí para servirlos y necesitamos asegurarnos que todas las personas que están aquí, que todos los legisladores sepan quiénes somos y cuáles son las cosas que nos interesan, que necesitamos y tenemos que alzar nuestra voz. Yo estaba donde están ustedes hace 2 años. Yo fui parte de esa marcha donde venimos a platicar con nuestros legisladores, donde estábamos abogando por acceso al idioma, por acceso a información, por vivienda digna, acceso a agua limpia, todas esas cosas que nos interesan y todo el trabajo que ustedes hacen asegurándonos de que la policía no trabaje con migración, de que las personas, nuestros comisionados, nuestros representantes, que sepan que nosotros importamos, que somos parte importante de la economía y que sin nosotros este estado no correría. Entonces, I can switch over now. But I want to welcome our guests that are here on the floor today. They come from all corners of the state, from the western slope, the eastern corner, the south, the valley, and all the things that we do as advocates really matter. I was there with them 2 years ago. I came to talk to our legislators, to share about all the things that we care about: access to clean water, access to clean air, access to dignified housing, language access, access to emergency information when there's an emergency, and all those things that we care about. And we need to make sure that our leadership is diverse, that we have diverse perspectives. I am the first Latina ever elected in the Western Slope, in a community that is 30% Latino. I'm the first Mexican-born legislator in the state of Colorado. In a moment when we're seeing migrants being vilified, in a moment where we must respond to a humanitarian crisis, in a moment where we see turmoil around the world and people are here because we want a better future, because we want to look for the American dream. And we are celebrating that diversity. We're celebrating our culture, our heritage, where we come from, our adversity, and all those things that shape us. So today, I want to welcome them because we need them to come and tell us the things that they care about. And we want to see y'all here too at one point, representing your communities and elevating your voice and making policy that affects us with your lived experience. And I want to thank Color and Voces Unidas, the organizations that have been bringing people together for 18 years to bring Latinos and Latinas to speak up for their issues and to talk to the legislators when a lot of us don't know how the systems work. I remember when I first got to the US and I was 15 and I didn't speak English and I didn't know how to apply for college. And I went to community college because that was my only lifeline, because it was a way for me to work and pay for college. And I worked in the kitchens of the Ritz-Carlton and the tourist industry, where I saw many people that looked like me, where we know that our economy could not run without working families. And we know that we are the backbone of the economy in the tourism industry, the construction industry, and we are everywhere. We are in the legislature, we are in the Senate, we are in leadership. And we must continue to have the voice and the representation because no one can speak for us. So we are very proud to be celebrating today with our Latino caucus, and we are committed to serving everyone and making sure that we all have access to the opportunities and the resources, and that we can really have a Colorado where we can all thrive.
Representative Hernandez.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, and thank you to my co-prime on this. What an honor to speak today for Latino Advocacy Day 2024. I have some remarks for you that are going to be all in English, but I wish I could say them in Spanish. I think it's important that we ground today. As we look at the faces who are in the room today, you'll notice a couple different things. You'll see there's a lot of young people, which is deeply important to the way that we build capacity and power. I speak today as the first member of Gen Z of the Colorado Legislature, where 25%, that we can clap for that, sure, yeah.
Members, I love applause, and they are a good thing. We do not normally applaud during this time of our session, but thank you all. There's been some terrific comments made. Please proceed, Rep.
I speak not just today as a member of Gen Z who's 27 years old. I speak today as a Chicano, as a Latino, as a Mexicano, and as somebody who has deep pride in my heritage and my culture because it was passed to me by people who are very proud and who are honored to be a part of our communities that we don't often get to see in the state legislature, that many folks in here don't get to see in their communities. Latinos make up 25% of the state of Colorado, but only 14% of the legislature. That directly means that we are the most underrepresented group by over 10 percentage points in this legislature in the Colorado state, which means that we have to build capacity for what this will look like in the future when there will be young brown people in these seats. The United States will be a majority non-white country by 2046. That is not an opinion, that is a racial demographic fact and truth. If we sit in 2024 today, congratulations and welcome. We are closer to 2046 than we are 2000, and I was only 3 years old when 2000 happened. We are building a democracy in a world that many in here do not see, which is why we only talk about Latinos when immigration comes up. We only talk about Latinos when it comes to translating materials, but we should be very clear in our work and our intentions here. Every Latino, every issue is a Latino issue in the Colorado State House and in the Colorado Senate. When we talk about public education funding, majority of students in Denver Public Schools, Aurora Public Schools, Pueblo Schools, and Greeley Schools are Latino students, which means that the budget stabilization factor cannot just be set to zero. It must be permanently repealed to invest in the education of students that are not reflected in this room, nor on the Education Committee. When we are discussing healthcare, we must understand that it disproportionately impacts Latinos who are hardest hit by the COVID-19 pandemic. When we are discussing immigration, we have to stop using words like illegal to describe things like migration that have been happening for thousands of years on this continent. When we talk about housing, we must talk about how poverty intersects with race and Latinos are disproportionately impacted. Let me be very clear to you today. While we might be a minority of this chamber and of this legislature now, Latinos are not a minority. We are underrepresented because our people are not yet 18. You heard in the resolution today that the average age of a Latino in the state of Colorado is 12 years old. That means that quite literally our political voice has not even organized itself to put people here to make policy that works for us in the fullest parity representation. My people, our people are bigger than borders. We are bigger than one word. We are bigger than a party. We are what some have described as a sleeping giant. And I hope that today, as we make policy intentionally, that we speak not to the needs of our communities and our cultures now, but for what it will one day be in 2046. 1/4 of Latinos are Afro-Latinos. Many of us have roots in indigeneity. And what is important to name, and as we ground, is that building that capacity means that we have to lead the conversation. We will write our own narrative. There is no person who will write our story for us. And so I will close on those remarks. Si se puede, viva la raza y que le vaya bien. Thank you.
Thank you, members. Representative Bottoms.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I understand the concept of parity, and I'm not an affirmative action kind of person, but I understand the concept of parity. And Latinos are the most underrepresented group in this House. There's no doubt about that. But if we really believe in parity, we need to look at some other statistics. Males are also underrepresented in this House, according to the demographics of Colorado. Females are overrepresented. Whites are overrepresented in this House, and so are blacks. They're overrepresented in this House. The LGBT community is overrepresented by 3 times. So when we're starting to talk about parity, Does that mean we bring the other groups down and up also, or do we just focus on one group? Focusing on one group, I think, is not consistent with what the actual word parity means. We've got to be able to balance those things out. I also believe that one of the things that is crucial to this resolution and to the concept of the Latino, Latina people group and culture is that it be actually represented in a healthy way. The only two groups that are mentioned in the resolution, I personally don't believe represent the values of the Hispanic families. The actual families out there are not in line with this, and I do a lot of statistics on this. And so with that, I move Amendment 003 and ask for it to be properly displayed.
It is properly displayed. Please proceed.
So I would like to add in here at the with the two groups that are mentioned at the bottom, I would like to add in here also Colorado Hispanic Republicans, because they are a legitimate force to be reckoned with throughout the state of Colorado and do a lot of amazing things. And I think that they more accurately represent the Hispanic families throughout Colorado. And so I move this amendment and ask with a favorable recommendation.
Representative Velasco.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I'm going to ask our members to vote no on this amendment. Thank you.
Seeing no further discussion, Representative DeGraff.
Thank you, Madam Chair. And I wish we would have had a little bit more time to work on the wording of this. But if we go to page 2, line 30, pay tribute is just a very, it's a politically charged word at this point, and I would like to change that to extend respect and appreciation.
Representative DeGraff, we're speaking to Amendment L003.
Oh, I thought we, I'm sorry. No further comment on that.
Seeing no further discussion, the motion before us is the adoption of Amendment L003 to House Joint Resolution 1020. Mr. Schiebel, please open the machine. Mr. Schiebel, please open the machine, and members proceed to vote. For those voting remotely, Representative Basenecker, how do you vote?
No.
Representative Basenecker votes no. Representative Bockenfeld, how do you vote? Representative Bockenfeld will come back to you. Representative Garcia, how do you vote?
No.
Representative Garcia votes no. Representative Morrow, how do you vote?
No.
Representative Morrow votes no. Representative Luck, how do you vote?
Yes.
Representative Luck votes yes. Representative Holtorf, how do you vote?
As a member of the Colorado Hispanic Republicans,
No.
I
Representative
yes.
Holtorf, you are out of order. Just yes or no. Representative Bockenfeld, how do you vote? I'm sorry, Representative Holtorf was a yes.
No, it's controversial. No silence controversial.
Representative Bockenfeld, how do you vote?
No.
Representative Bockenfeld votes no. Please close the machine. With 17 aye, 46 no, and 2 excused, the amendment is lost. Representative DeGraff.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I would like to move L006 to HJR 1020 and ask that it be displayed.
The amendment is properly displayed. Please proceed.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I think it's a great day. I think everybody should be represented. This is just a matter of cleaning up some language. I do resent the implication that at some point that any group of people were going to be vilified today. I thought that was interesting and intentionally inflammatory. I don't think anything is relevant as to what job somebody has. That's why they support their family. I think it's fair to say that, you know, every job, every individual, and that's why every individual needs to be represented as an individual. As a second-generation American, I also am very proud of my heritage. I'm very proud of my heritage, but I'm also proud of the concept of e pluribus unum, out of many, one. We are a nation of many. We're a nation of many individuals that come together as one. We're not a nation of groups. We're a nation of individuals. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, individuals. And of course, that is a gender-neutral term, grammatically speaking. That we are created in the image of God and that we have unalienable rights, certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And these do not change based on somebody's skin color or somebody's origin or history or lived experience, any of that. So I have no intention of vilifying anybody. I think we need to welcome everybody into this. I think we need to welcome everybody into this mixing pot that we have. But words mean things. And I just happen to be a little troubled by that we devote ourselves to creating a Colorado that will one day work through the parity of representation. And when I asked for what parity of representation meant, when I tried to find it online, it's undefined. It's kind of a feeling. It's like when I asked, well, what exactly is Latino, Latina? I mean, I knew what Hispanic was. That would probably be based on when Hernando Cortez arrived at the island of Hispaniola, as far as I can tell. But words mean things. My colleague mentioned that we have over and under representation, and how would we do that when we're a representative body and say that we need to have 25% of this body be represented by a loosely defined demographic? How do we do that? Yet this bill says we are dedicating ourselves to it. So I can't dedicate myself to doing something that I can't do. So my request is that we remove the language that I think is unintentionally politically charged, and we recognize that we are a country of individuals, that we are not an aggregate of groups, that individuals aren't just represented by a group that somebody assigns them to and says, these are your values. You will be represented by these people. So it's a simple change. So instead of saying that we devote ourselves to creating a Colorado that will one day work for all through parity, and I do like that, a Colorado that will work for all, I think we should have a Colorado that works for all. And the only way you can have a Colorado that works for all is when we're treating everybody as equal. We can't divide up the state. You cannot extend special rights without denying those rights to somebody else. So it needs to be across the board. Now, has that been equally applied? Absolutely not. Historically, that has been a failed concept for whatever reason. Whether it's the push for eugenics, which is strangely represented here, or the racism. When you divide, when you balkanize a state, when you balkanize a country into specific groups, into divisions, you end up with conflict. When you treat them as individuals, and when we say, hey, you all have, and everybody should be here to advocate for their rights, that they have unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And then we go to the Constitution and our auxiliary rights that are set in place to back those up. So all I'm asking is so that I can sign on to this, so it can be something that I can actually, so that it's something that I can actually see being able to happen, is to say that we devote ourselves to creating a Colorado that one day will secure all unalienable rights. And unalienable rights is a Declaration of Independence. It's a foundational document, and it is defined for all individuals. All. Just like when Thomas Jefferson said all, he was very specific in saying all means all. Regardless of creed or color. I don't think we necessarily need regardless of creed or color, because all means all. Utilizing the just powers derived from the consent of the governed. That's what we are to do here. That's what we took an oath to do, that we would only govern according to the just powers derived from the consent of the governed. And this is based on the self-evident truth that all Coloradans are created equal. So far from vilifying anybody, I think this is a better representation of the oath that we took. This is an actually actionable agenda item, something that we can do, something that we can point to and say, are all Coloradans being represented regardless of creed or color? And if they're not, then we have a problem. It doesn't matter where they're from. All means all. And it's not a matter of all groups or people first being aggregated into groups. It's a matter of recognizing the value of the individual, of the person based on being an individual, not the value of a person to the power of a group. When you represent people according to the power of the group, you get group conflict. If we want peace among the various demographics that we have, then we need to treat everybody as an individual and represent their unalienable rights by recognizing their auxiliary rights. So far from vilifying, far from not appreciating, I would like all Coloradans, regardless of origin, regardless of creed or color, to be able to be brought in, to be able to exercise, their individuality. I want the Coloradans, I want our neighbors to be able to express their individuality, to be who they are. Because all means all. And I don't want to see Colorado grouped into aggregates, into conflict. There's a reason that we're not a democracy. We're a representative republic. And the reason for the representative republic, after our founders studied the history and cultures of the Mediterranean and Middle East primarily, is because a democracy, a republic, will protect the individual.
Representative DeGraff, you have 1 minute remaining.
Thank you, Madam Chair. A republic will respect the individual, will protect the individual, while a democracy will feed that individual to the mob. So we need to resist this urge to balkanize, to aggregate people into groups of power, be able to have people work together by recognizing that they have unalienable rights as an individual, and that they should not be forced into groups in order to have representation. As a representative, I represent all of Colorado. Thank you.
Representative Hernandez.
Members, I'm here. I'm going to be real quick. Vote no, y en español, votar no.
Seeing no further discussion, The motion before us is the adoption of L006 to House Joint Resolution 1020. Mr. Schiebel, please open the machine and members proceed to vote. Representative Basenecker, how do you vote?
No.
Representative Basenecker votes no. Representative Bockenfeld, how do you vote?
Yes.
Representative Bockenfeld votes yes. Representative Garcia, how do you vote?
No.
Representative Garcia votes no. Representative Morrow, how do you vote?
No.
Representative Morrow votes no. Representative Luck, how do you vote?
Yes.
Representative Luck votes yes. Representative Holtorf, how do you vote?
Yes.
Representative Holtorf votes yes. Please close the machine. With 17 aye, 46 no, and 2 excused, the amendment is lost. Representative Evans.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, and good morning, colleagues. Buenos días, colegas. Feliz lunes. Happy Monday. I rise because I want to put just a few comments on the record. I think you all know my story, that I'm the grandson of Hispanic immigrants. Mi abuelo se llama Cuauhtémoc Chávez. Él nació en Mexico. My grandfather, his name's Cuauhtémoc Chávez, born in Mexico. Mi madre se llama Rebecca Chávez. La primera generación nació en los Estados Unidos. She's the first generation born in the United States, my mom, Rebecca Chavez. And that's very important to me. As we heard, culture runs deep. We're proud of our heritage. We're proud of where we come from. My uncle always tells me how proud he is that the citizenship for my family on my mom's side, the Chavez family, was paid for in World War II when my abuelo earned 2 Purple Hearts and his citizenship fighting in France during World War II. It's important to him. It's important to us. It's important to all of us, to my colleagues across the aisle. And so I rise today as somebody who represents a district that's composed of 39% Hispanics. 39% de mi distrito, Distrito 48, is Latino or Latina. 39% of House District 48 is Latino or Latina. Because page 2, lines 17 through 19, talks about involving Latinos and Latinas in the policymaking process and ensuring that their voices and lived experiences are respected or honored. And that's why I rise today, to literally beg you to listen to those voices. Listen to those voices of the 39% of Latinos and Latinas from my district when it comes to having input on the policies that we are crafting and making in this building. Because my concern, based on what I have seen, is that oftentimes the voices of Latinos and Latinas in my district are not heard because of the industries that they work in. 2 weeks ago, I had a friend from my district, born in Mexico, works in the hydrocarbon industry, came down to the Capitol to testify. And I don't think that his voice was heard because of the message and because of the industry that he works in. In fact, the next day I came into work and I heard the whispers of people calling into question his ethnicity because of the industry that he works in. And so I rise today to beg everyone in this room, under the sound of my voice, to please listen to all perspectives of the Latino and the Latina community, as we say here on page 2, lines 17 through 19 of the bill. Because oftentimes, their livelihoods, their American dreams, their jobs, their industries, the way that they put food on the table, that they get their kids to school, oftentimes that livelihood is threatened by policies, and I want to make sure that their voices are heard. So I rise to give those comments to ensure that that's on the record, and to also celebrate my heritage, as my uncle would say, as an American first of Hispanic heritage, because that's something that I am very proud of. So thank you for listening to my comments today.
Seeing no further discussion, the motion before us is the adoption of House Joint Resolution 1020. Mr. Schiebel, please open the machine and members proceed to vote. Representative Basenecker, how do you vote?
Yes.
Representative Basenecker votes yes. Representative Bachenfeld, how do you vote? Representative Bachenfeld, will come back to you. Representative Garcia, how do you vote?
Yes.
Representative Garcia votes yes. Representative Morrow, how do you vote?
Yes.
Representative Morrow votes yes. Representative Luck, how do you vote?
No.
Representative Luck votes no. Representative Holtorf, how do you vote?
No.
Representative Holtorf votes no. Representative Bachenfeld, how do you vote?
No.
Representative Bachenfeld votes no. Bradfield, Catlin, please close the machine. With 52 aye, 11 no, 2 excused, House Joint Resolution 1020 is adopted. Co-sponsors: Representatives Morrow and Basenecker, co-sponsor. Representative Garcia, co-sponsors. Please close the machine. Madam Majority Leader.
Madam Speaker, I move to proceed out of order for third reading.
Seeing no objection, we will proceed out of order for third reading. Mr. Schiebel, please read the title to House Bill 1154.
House Bill 1154 by Representatives Weinberg and McLaughlin, also Senators Bridges and Lundin, concerning school district boards of education, voluntary inclusion of institute charter schools in district ballot initiatives to contract with institute charter schools for bonded indebtedness.
Madam Majority Leader.
Madam Speaker, I move House Bill 1154 on third reading and final passage.
The motion before us is the adoption of House Bill 1154 on third reading and final passage. Mr. Schiebel, please open the machine and members proceed to vote. Representative Basenecker, how do you vote?
Yes.
Representative Basenecker votes yes. Representative Bachenfeld, how do you vote?
No.
Representative Bachenfeld votes no. Representative Bachenfeld, there you go. Representative Garcia, how do you vote?
No.
Representative Garcia votes no. Representative Morrow, how do you vote?
Yes.
Representative Morrow votes yes. Representative Luck, how do you vote?
Yes.
Representative Luck votes yes. Representative Holtorf, how do you vote?
Yes.
Representative Holtorf votes yes. Rep. Joseph. Please close the machine. With 36 aye, 27 no, and 2 excused, House Bill 1154 is adopted. Co-sponsors: please close the machine. Mr. Schiebel, please read the title to House Bill 1229.
House Bill 1229 by Representative English, also Senators Mullica and Will, concerning presumptive eligibility for persons in need of long-term services and supports.
Madam Majority Leader.
Madam Speaker, I move House Bill 1229 on third reading and final passage.
The motion before us is the adoption of House Bill 1229 on third reading and final passage. Mr. Schiebel, please open the machine and members proceed to vote. Representative Basenecker, how do you vote?
Yes.
Representative Basenecker votes yes. Representative Bachenfeld, how do you vote?
Yes.
Representative Bachenfeld votes yes. Representative Garcia, how do you vote?
Yes.
Representative Garcia votes yes. Representative Morrow, how do you vote?
Yes.
Representative Morrow votes yes. Representative Luck, how do you vote?
Yes.
Representative Luck votes yes. Representative Holtorf, how do you vote?
Yes.
Representative Holtorf votes yes. Ricks. Representative Ricks. Please close the machine. With 63 ayes, 0 no, and 2 excused, House Bill 1229 is adopted. Co-sponsors: Representative Basenecker, co-sponsors. Representative Morrow, co-sponsors. Please close the machine. Mr. Shebel, please read the title to House Bill 1250.
House Bill 1250 by Representatives Armagost and Kipp, also Senators Hansen and Smallwood, concerning the waiver of driver's license suspension points for a successful completion of a driving improvement course.
Madam Majority Leader.
Madam Speaker, I move House Bill 1250 on third reading and final passage.
The motion before us is the adoption of House Bill 1250 on third reading and final passage. Mr. Shebel, please open the machine and members proceed to vote. Representative Basenecker, how do you vote?
Yes.
Representative Basenecker votes yes. Representative Bockenfeld, how do you vote?
Yes.
Representative Bockenfeld votes yes. Representative Garcia, how do you vote?
Yes.
Representative Garcia votes yes. Representative Morrow, how do you vote?
Yes.
Representative Morrow votes yes. Representative Luck, how do you vote?
No.
Representative Luck votes no. Representative Holtorf, how do you vote?
Yes.
Representative Holtorf votes yes. Puglisi and Ricks. Please close the machine. With 60 aye, 3 no, and 2 excused, House Bill 1250 is adopted. Co-sponsors. Representative Basenecker, co-sponsors. Please close the machine. Mr. Shebel, please read the title to Senate Bill 93.
Senate Bill 93 by Senator Michael St-Jeannet, also Representative Amabile, concerning the continuity of health care benefits during the transition to a new health benefit plan when the enrollee's health care provider does not have a contract with the new health insurance carrier.
Madam Majority Leader.
Madam Speaker, I move Senate Bill 93 on third reading and final passage.
The motion before us is the adoption of Senate Bill 93 on third reading and final passage. Mr. Shebel, please open the machine and members proceed to vote. Representative Basenecker, how do you vote?
Yes.
Representative Basenecker votes yes. Representative Bockenfeld, how do you vote?
Yes.
Representative Bockenfeld votes yes. Representative Garcia, how do you vote?
Yes.
Representative Garcia votes yes. Representative Morrow, how do you vote?
Yes.
Representative Morrow votes yes. Representative Luck, how do you vote?
No.
Representative Luck votes no. Representative Holtorf, how do you vote?
No.
Representative Holtorf votes no. Representative Assistant Majority Leader Bacon, how do you vote?
Yes.
Assistant Majority Leader Bacon votes yes. Please close the machine. With 48 aye, 15 no, and 2 excused, Senate Bill 93 is adopted. Co-sponsors. Representatives Basenecker and Garcia, co-sponsor. Representative Morrow, co-sponsors. Please close the machine. Mr. Shebel, please read the title to House Bill 1161.
House Bill 1161 by Representative Ortiz, also Senator Henriksen, concerning basic access for individuals with disabilities using motor vehicles.
Madam Majority Leader.
Madam Speaker, I move House Bill 1161 on third reading and final passage.
The motion before us is the adoption of House Bill 1161 on third reading and final passage. Mr. Shebel, please open the machine and members proceed to vote. Representative Basenecker, how do you vote?
Yes.
Representative Basenecker votes yes. Representative Bockenfeld, how do you vote?
Yes.
Representative Bockenfeld votes yes. Representative Garcia, how do you vote?
Yes.
Representative Garcia votes yes. Representative Morrow, how do you vote?
Yes.
Representative Morrow votes yes. Representative Luck, how do you vote?
No.
Representative Luck votes no. Representative Holtorf, how do you vote?
Yes.
Representative Holtorf votes yes. AML Bacon, how do you vote?
Yes.
AML Bacon votes yes. Please close the machine. With 60 aye, 3 no, 2 excused, House Bill 1161 is adopted. Co-sponsors. Representatives Basenecker and Garcia co-sponsor. Representative Morrow co-sponsors. Please close the machine. Mr. Shebel, please read the title to House Bill 1318.
House Bill 1318 by Representative Ortiz, also Senator Danielson, concerning reasonable modifications to rental premises for an individual with a disability.
Madam Majority Leader.
Madam Speaker, I move House Bill 1318 on third reading and final passage.
The motion before us is the adoption of House Bill 1318 on third reading and final passage. Mr. Shebel, please open the machine and members proceed to vote. Representative Basenecker, how do you vote?
Yes.
Representative Basenecker votes yes. Representative Bockenfeld, how do you vote?
Yes.
Representative Bockenfeld votes yes. Representative Garcia, how do you vote?
Yes.
Representative Garcia votes yes. Representative Morrow, how do you vote?
Yes.
Representative Morrow votes yes. Representative Luck, how do you vote?
No.
Representative Luck votes no. Representative Holtorf, how do you vote?
Yes.
Representative Holtorf votes yes. Assistant Majority Leader Bacon, how do you vote?
Yes.
AML Bacon votes yes. Please close the machine. With 52 aye, 11 no, and 2 excused, House Bill 1318 is adopted. Co-sponsors. Representative Basenecker Garcia, co-sponsor. Representative Morrow, co-sponsors. Please close the machine. Mr. Shebel, please read the title to Senate Bill 79.
Senate Bill 79 by Senators Henriksen and Smallwood, also Representatives Mabry and Weinberg, concerning authorization for a two-wheeled motorcycle to overtake another motor vehicle in the same lane.
Madam Majority Leader.
Madam Speaker, I move Senate Bill 79 on third reading and final passage.
The motion before us is the adoption of Senate Bill 79 on third reading and final passage. Mr. Shebel, please open the machine and members proceed to vote. Representative Basenecker, how do you vote?
Yes.
Representative Basenecker votes yes. Representative Bockenfeld, how do you vote?
Yes.
Representative Bockenfeld votes yes. Representative Garcia, how do you vote?
Yes.
Representative Garcia votes yes. Representative Morrow, how do you vote?
No.
Representative Morrow votes no. Representative Luck, how do you vote?
No.
Representative Luck votes no. Representative Holtorf, how do you vote?
No.
Representative Holtorf votes no. Assistant Majority Leader Bacon, how do you vote?
Yes.
AML Bacon votes yes. Please close the machine. With 36 aye, 27 no, and 2 excused, Senate Bill 79 is adopted. Co-sponsors. Please close the machine. Mr. Shebel, please read the title to House Bill 1089.
House Bill 1089 by Representatives Hamrick and Frizzell, also Senators Zenzinger and Peltonar, concerning the use of electronic notifications for vehicle transactions.
Madam Majority Leader.
Madam Speaker, I move House Bill 1089 on third reading and final passage.
The motion before us is the adoption of House Bill 1089 on third reading and final passage. Mr. Shebel, please open the machine and members proceed to vote. Representative Basenecker, how do you vote?
Yes.
Representative Basenecker votes yes. Representative Bockenfeld, how do you vote?
Yes.
Representative Bockenfeld votes yes. Representative Garcia, how do you vote?
Yes.
Representative Garcia votes yes. Representative Morrow, how do you vote?
Yes.
Representative Morrow votes yes. Representative Luck, how do you vote?
Yes.
Representative Luck votes yes. Representative Holtorf, how do you vote?
Yes.
Representative Holtorf votes yes. Assistant Majority Leader Bacon, how do you vote?
Yes.
AML Bacon votes yes. Please close the machine. With 63 ayes, 0 no, and 2 excused, House Bill 1089 is adopted. Co-sponsors. Please close the machine. Mr. Shebel, please read the title to Senate Bill 119.
Senate Bill 119 by Senator Exum, also Representatives Garcia and Mabry, concerning classifying the death of a parent as abandonment in determinations for vulnerable youth.
Madam Majority Leader.
Madam Speaker, I move Senate Bill 119 on third reading and final passage.
The motion before us is the adoption of Senate Bill 119 on third reading and final passage. Mr. Shebel, please open the machine and members proceed to vote. Representative Basenecker, how do you vote?
Yes.
Representative Basenecker votes yes. Representative Bockenfeld, how do you vote?
No.
Representative Bockenfeld votes no. Representative Garcia, how do you vote?
Yes.
Representative Garcia votes yes. Representative Morrow, how do you vote?
Yes.
Representative Morrow votes yes. Representative Luck, how do you vote?
No.
Representative Luck votes no. Representative Holtorf, how do you vote?
No.
Representative Holtorf votes no. AML Bacon, how do you vote?
Yes.
AML Bacon votes yes. Please close the machine. With 46 ayes, 17 no, and 2 excused, Senate Bill 119 is adopted. Co-sponsors. Please. AML Bacon co-sponsors. Sorry, I did not see your hand. Please close the machine. Mr. Shebel, please read the title to House Bill 1266.
House Bill 1266 by Representatives Hamrick and Frizzell, also Senator Zenzinger, concerning the relocation of utility facilities in a local government right-of-way.
Madam Majority Leader.
Madam Speaker, I move House Bill 1266 on third reading and final passage.
The motion before us is the adoption of House Bill 1266 on third reading and final passage. Mr. Shebel, please open the machine and members proceed to vote. Representative Basenecker, how do you vote?
Yes.
Representative Basenecker votes yes. Representative Bockenfeld, how do you vote?
Yes.
Representative Bockenfeld votes yes. Representative Garcia, how do you vote?
Yes.
Representative Garcia votes yes. Representative Morrow, how do you vote?
Yes.
Representative Morrow votes yes. Representative Luck, how do you vote?
Yes.
Representative Luck votes yes. Representative Holtorf, how do you vote?
Yes.
Representative Holtorf votes yes. Assistant Majority Leader Bacon, how do you vote?
Yes.
AML Bacon votes yes. Please close the machine. With 63 ayes, 0 no, 2 excused, House Bill 1266 is adopted. Co-sponsors. Please close the machine. Madam Majority Leader.
Madam Speaker, I move to lay over the balance of the calendar to Tuesday, March 19th, 2024.
Seeing no objection, the balance of the calendar will be laid over until tomorrow, Tuesday, March 19th. Announcements and introductions, members. Representative Snyder.
Thank you. House Finance will be meeting in 10 minutes downstairs in room 112 to hear all the bills printed on the calendar, with the exception of 1231 will be heard third after 1235. And also, I have received permission to be excused on the 19th and half the day of the 20th.
So approved. Thank you, Rep. Snyder. Rep. Catlin.
Thank you. Thank you, Madam Speaker. It's an honor to serve with you.
It is an honor to serve with you, Representative.
Thank you. Members, I'd like to talk to you about the first day of spring. tomorrow morning, the Butterfly Pavilion is going to be offering you a breakfast on the first floor. There's a card on your desk. You can look at the back of it and pick out what you'd like to have because they're all going to be there. It looks like they're going to put on quite a feed. But this is an opportunity for us to celebrate spring. Rosie will be here, and so if you want to handle a spider, you can have all of that you want. But anyway, I wanted to welcome you and invite you to the Butterfly Pavilion celebration of spring. Please join them down on the first floor. They're looking forward to it. We're looking forward to hosting them here in the Capitol building. Thank you.
Representative Byrd.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker Pro Tem and members. I hope you'll join me in welcoming some very cute constituents who are visiting today from Arapahoe Ridge Elementary School. Their 4th and 3rd grade classes are here visiting, so if you see them, please give them a warm welcome and let them know how happy and excited that we are to have them here. And I think I see some of them. So welcome, Arapahoe Ridge Elementary School.
Representative Titone.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker Pro Tem. Tomorrow morning, 7:30. Don't look at the calendar. It says 8 o'clock, but 7:30 tomorrow morning, Joint Technology Committee. We're going to have a briefing from the State Internet Portal Authority, review of Judicial Department budget requests, and some other business. Be there at 7:30. Upstairs.
Representative Soper.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker Pro Tem. And as you may have noticed, I was not here last week. I was representing our state and nation at the Laboratories of Democracy meeting between Germany, Canada, and the U.S., and I brought each of you back a little chocolate from Germany. Wanted to say thank you to the entire chamber. I certainly view each and every one of you as part of a larger family. But also, I would be remiss if I didn't point out that there's 4 pieces of chocolate. There's at least 4 varieties of chocolate, so go talk to a member that maybe you don't normally talk to work out a trade, because I think this is a good opportunity for making new friends. Thank you.
Representative McCormick.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker Pro Tem. I am here to make a couple of announcements. We are not having Agriculture, Water, and Natural Resources meeting today because of the snow day last week and rearranging schedules. We will be meeting on Thursday to hear the 2 bills in your calendar. Also, this is an open invitation to everyone. On Wednesday morning at 7:30, the Water Resources and Agriculture Review Committee will be meeting to hear about wetlands and WOTUS and Colorado's role there, and also growth, density, and water demand planning. Everyone is invited. There is free breakfast. There will be burritos and coffee, so that'll be in the basement in room 112. And also want to recognize that we are kicking off Colorado Agriculture Week. Today, there will be several announcements coming throughout the week, but I wanted to, this Monday, kick that off and pay attention to all the things that are happening to celebrate ag this week.
Representative McLaughlin.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker Pro Tem. Education Committee, yes, we do meet today. It's not a dream. We had snow Thursday, and so everything's been pushed to today. And thank you to the Ag Committee for giving us this space. Today we are listening to 1331, 1799, 1320, 1278, and 1255. I was going to give you the bills we're not listening to, but this was a little shorter, so thank you.
To the representatives in the green coats, Representative McLaughlin.
Hello, everyone. This is our one meeting a year of the McCaucus. It's really a great one to be in. All we do is bring delicious and really unhealthy food for you to eat, and it's all in the kitchen. And we get to wear the sergeant's coats, so we're all very, very happy with this. So we're all going to give just a little bit of a talk today. I am going to explain to you why we are wearing green in the first place, which is a little weird. Blue was the original color of Irish. And then in 1641, I was not alive then, despite what you might think about me, It was used for nationalistic reasons that was seen during the violent Great Irish Rebellion. Military Commander Owen Roe O'Neill helped lead the rebellion, and he used a green flag to represent the Confederation of Kilkenny. And it was a group that sought to govern Ireland and kick out the Protestants, who had taken over control of the land in Ireland. Green cropped up again during the 1790s, and all the revolutionaries were wearing green coats, green and white striped trousers, and a felt hat turned up with one side with a little green emblem on it. The importance of the color green spread thanks in part to the poems and ballads written during the time, most famously the song that all of you know the words to, The Wearing of the Green. Never heard of it, but apparently in Ireland it's pretty popular. So the origins of wearing green clothing in the U.S. on St. Patrick's Day generally takes back to the 19th century when waves of Irish immigrants came to America looking for better job opportunities, especially after the Great Famine of the 1840s, and began wearing green and carrying Irish flags along with American flags as a point of pride for their home country. The leprechauns inspired the pinching. So if you aren't wearing green, just look out for leprechauns, because they might get you.
Representative McCormick.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker Pro Tem. And with a little thanks to my McLarimer County rep that is on the wall today, I now have a limerick for you. I'm not giving him credit for writing it. I'm giving him credit for giving me the idea of someone who could write it. On St. Patrick's Day at the Capitol Dome, politicians adorned in green roam. Shamrocks and cheer, leprechauns appear as lawmakers draft bills in the gloam. In a state legislature so grand, the politicians made their stand with debates fierce and long. They argued right and wrong till the laws of the land were planned. Happy St. Patrick's Day, everyone. Everyone can be Irish today, so happy St. Patrick's Day.
Representative McNamara Young.
Thank you. I have a saying that my grandfather used to share. May you be in heaven an hour before the devil knows you're dead.
Representative Lynch.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker Pro Tem. It's very appropriate that we have the McCaucus over here because they may have green jackets, but they have to give them back. This jacket has been passed down for the last 30 years from within this chamber. And it doesn't pass lightly, but let me tell you just a little bit of history about this jacket for those of you that are new, which is pretty much everyone. This was actually fashioned by leprechauns. It was built a long time ago. And they determined that they would give it to St. Patty a while ago and said that the coat may only be worn by those who seek the truth and strive to preserve justice through the making of the law. The evil unlicensed mortician, of which they stole it from, on the other hand, was cursed with perpetual regulation because he lost the jacket. So not much is known about it, once it was created a long time ago, but I'm just reading from the history. And I am the proud 18th recipient of this jacket, and we'll talk about how it could become yours. And it says here, not much is known of the history of the coat from 461 AD to modern times, although it said the coat was worn by Washington for warmth as he crossed the Delaware, and that Lincoln did the same on his train ride to Gettysburg. What is known, however, is that sometime in the 20th century, the coat was acquired by Representative Stan Johnson of Boulder a few years ago in an honest game of poker with a few leprechauns at an Irish pub near the Colorado State Capitol. Though it said some advantage was given because of the leprechauns, he ended up with it. Even so, the coat was transferred with some conditions. And here they are, and the transfer is the part that's kind of out there in the lurch of how that happens. You can speak to the previous owner about what arrangements were made for this to be passed, and that's a good starting point, I might say. It's a good starting point. It says, here are the rules, though. The coat shall never leave the Capitol complex. And second, its great power shall not be used for partisan advantage, and therefore required that when the holder's public service was done, it should be given to a worthy member of the other party. So that's kind of where we're at with this jacket of 30 years being passed around the chamber. I'm open to all kinds of suggestions for who would like to own this fine piece of apparel in the future. Thank you.
Representative Hamrick.
I'd just like to recognize former Representative Debbie Stafford from Aurora to the People's House today and just thank her for all her continued advocacy for mental health.
Assistant Minority Leader Winter.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker Pro Tem. I request a moment of personal privilege.
You may proceed.
Thank you, sir. As they said, it's Agricultural Week. I grew up listening to Paul Harvey as a kid. I always heard the rest of the story, and that was it was good memories growing up on the farm and the ranch. So I'd like to join anybody down here. I'm going to read "So God Made a Farmer." I think it's something that we should do. It's important not only for House District 47, but everybody that's lived this kind of lifestyle. They are the ones that we say it all the time, feed us and clothe us. And on the 8th day, God looked down on his planned paradise and said, I need a caretaker. So God made a farmer. God said, I need somebody willing to get up before dawn, milk the cows, work all day in the field, milk cows again, eat supper, then go to town and stay past midnight at a meeting of the school board. So God made a farmer. I need somebody with arms strong enough to wrestle a calf and yet gentle enough to deliver his own grandchild. Somebody to call hogs, tame cantankerous machinery, come home hungry, have to wait for lunch until his wife's done feeding visiting ladies, then tell the ladies to be sure and come back real soon and mean it. So God made a farmer. God said, I need somebody willing to sit up all night with and a newborn colt and watch it die, then dry his eyes and say maybe next year. I need somebody who can shape an axe handle from a persimmon sprout, shoe a horse with a hunk of car tire, who can make a harness out of hay wire, feed sacks and shoe straps, who at planting time and harvest season will finish his 40-hour week by Tuesday noon, and then, painting from tractor back, will put in another 72 hours. So God made a farmer. God had to have somebody willing to ride the ruts at double speed to get the hay in ahead of rain, and yet stop in midfield and race to help when he sees first smoke from a neighbor's place. So God made a farmer. God said, I need somebody strong enough to clear trees and heave bales, yet gentle enough to wean lambs and pigs and tend to pink comb pullets, who will stop his mower for an hour to splint the broken leg of a meadowlark. It had to be somebody who'd plow deep and straight and not cut corners, somebody to seed, weed, feed, breed, and rake and disc and plow and plant and tie the fleece and strain the milk and replenish the self-feeder and finish a hard week's worth with a 5-mile drive to church. Somebody who would bail a family together with the soft, strong bonds of sharing, who would laugh and then sigh, and then reply with smiling eyes when his son says he wants to spend his life doing what dad does. So God made a farmer. Thank you all.
Representative Clifford.
I was far more excited to make this announcement today than I should have been, but this is a reminder to everyone that McDonald's owner-operators will have their legislative reception tonight at 5 p.m. I was sorely disappointed to find out that they will not be catering it, so hope to see you there.
Representative Story.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I just wanted to announce that Capital Development Committee will be meeting tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. at Senate Committee Room 357.
Majority Leader Duran.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker Pro Tem. I move that the House stand in recess until later today.
Seeing no objection, the House will stand in recess until later today.